Julie Ryan, noted psychic and medical intuitive, is ready to answer your personal questions, even those you never knew you could ask. For more than 20 years, as she's developed and refined her intuitive skills, Julie used her knowledge as a successful inventor and businesswoman to help others. Now, she wants to help you grow, heal, and get the answers you've been longing to hear. Do you have a question for someone who's transitioned? Do you have a medical issue? What about your pet's health or behavior? Perhaps you have a loved one who's close to death and you'd like to know what's happening. Are you on the path to fulfill your life's purpose? No matter where you are in the world, take a journey to the other side and ask Julie Ryan.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. I'm Julie, your host, and I'm so delighted that you could join us this week. My intention in doing this show is to provide information, insight, and comfort to people all around the world by helping to answer life's unanswerable questions. And we have several callers on hold who've called in and they want to chat. So I'm looking forward to talking with them, but a couple of other things I wanted to mention before we go to the phones. First thing is I have decided to extend my free consult. And hi, Christy, I see you joined us, so I'm going to mute you and I'll come back to you. And so all you have to do to enter a drawing, I'm going to give away a free consult, which is worth $155 each month. And all you have to do is follow me on Instagram at AskJulieRyan, write a review about why you like the podcast on iTunes at AskJulieRyan, and subscribe to my blog at AskJulieRyan.com. And then I'll announce the winner the first of each month. And that should be really fun because for those of you listening who've had one-on-one sessions, they're really just so delightful. And it's great for me because I get you for a whole hour. But we can talk about your deceased loved ones. We can do medical scans, pet scans, past life stuff, spirit guide stuff, whatever. It's just a whole bunch of different things that we can do. And it makes it just a blast. So before I get started with all of our callers, I just got back from Columbus, Ohio last night. As I mentioned last week, one of my best friends on the planet since childhood, Lisa, her husband Bruce, died last week. And so the funeral was Tuesday, and the visitation hours, we call it the wake, that's an old Irish Catholic thing. The visitation hours were Monday night. And when somebody loses a loved one and they're in my circle, or even if it's somebody that I've met through the show or through individual sessions, I always say when you're going through this heart-wrenching time, look for the miracles because there's lots of them. And they're going to come up over the next week or 2 weeks especially, but especially when you're going through all that funeral home stuff and burial and funeral itself and all of that. And so I flew into Columbus on Saturday night. Tim, my husband, was in Kansas City on business, so he just jumped on Interstate 70 and met me in Columbus, drove there. And we went right to Lisa's house. I didn't get to see the hawks, by the way, those hawk messengers. They're there, but I just wasn't at her house when I saw them. Usually I was there in the dark. But on Sunday morning, she and I and about, probably 15 other people, family members and a couple of other friends, we went to this church. We went to Mass at this church called Our Lady of Consolation. And it's a shrine, and it's in Cary, Ohio, which I'd heard of all my life, but I'd never been there. And it's a shrine where the Vatican had made it a place of healing because apparently when it was started in the late 1800s, there was a statue that came over from Luxembourg, Germany, and they had a procession to take it into the church, and the procession was for several miles with about 1,000 people. And there were tornadoes and really bad storms all around. And there was not a drop of rain that touched the statue of the Virgin Mary and the baby Jesus, or a drop of rain that touched anybody that was in the procession. And apparently there are pictures of it even. And so the people that were walking in this procession could see the rain just pouring all around them. Probably they could, if they walked 5 feet in either direction, they would have been in torrential rains. But there was just this pathway of no rain, which I thought was pretty wild. But I had heard about it all my life because when my parents got married, they wanted kids, and they weren't having kids, weren't getting pregnant. So my mom used to joke, and she'd say that they went to the shrine in Cary, Ohio, and they lit a candle. And then she had 4 kids in 5 years, and she always used to say, I needed to go blow out the candle because I didn't need any more kids at that point. So anyways, we're in Mass on Sunday. We're in the back 3 rows, and the priest is giving the homily. And the homily, you guys, was all about true love is taking care of your kids. True love is taking care of your family members. True love is taking care of your parents when they get sick. True love is taking care of a spouse when a spouse gets sick. And that was the gist of the conversation, was taking care of a spouse. And the priest even said, when you take care of your spouse and you nurse them into heaven. Well, I'm sitting next to Lisa. She's between her dad and me. She's sobbing. It was like from God's ears, God's mouth to her ears. I mean, it was so uncanny that after Mass was over, when her sons were coming out, they came up to me and they said, that was just freaky that happened. So, of course, I went up and talked to the priest and explained that Lisa had just lost her husband and that sermon was just amazing, how poignant it was and how perfect it was for her to hear. And the priest said, I never prepare for a sermon. I just talk about what the Holy Spirit tells me to talk about. All of us that were standing there, I mean, I get chill bumps just telling you this now. And then there were several other things that happened there, but that was one of Lisa's miracles. I mean, it was exactly what she needed to hear. There's no way that priest knew we were there because we drove an hour and a half to get there. He didn't know any of us. There's no way he could have known Lisa was sitting in the back of the church. And it was just amazing. And there were several other things throughout the weekend that happened too. So thank you for all of your prayers. If any of you are interested in hearing about this shrine, the church is amazing, gorgeous. It's you can go online and it's OLC as in catshrine.com, OLCshrine.com. So just wanted to share that with you because I always look for the miracles in that situation and tell everybody else too, and that was a big miracle that day. All right. With that, let's go to the phones and see what questions people have for us. And our first caller, I believe, is Sunny. Hi, Sunny.
Hi, Julie.
How are ya?
I'm doing okay. Thank you for taking my call.
You bet. Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Washington State, out by Mount Rainier.
Okay. Well, terrific. Got a question for me?
Yes, I do. After I had my private with you and you suggested nystatin, I got a prescription that very day from my doctor. And the prescription was for 3 times a day for 2 weeks. And I was curious if you could scan me and see if there is any improvement whatsoever in my Candida.
Yeah, sure. What type of a prescription did he give you? Did he give you pills or powder or liquid or what?
It's tablets.
Tablets. Okay. And he has you taken, well, I don't know what the dosage is, but terrific. Okay. Well, that stuff kills yeast on contact, so it's magical. That stuff's, I call it nectar of the gods because I've been on it for forever, and it keeps my yeasties in check. So here we go. Laser beam. I'm raising my vibrational level, to those of you who are first-time listeners, to the level of spirit. Close my eyes, and I watch a laser beam go from my body, and I'm in Birmingham, Alabama, and it's going to head out west and hook into Sunny in Washington State. And then it's going to be like I have a big screen TV in my head, and I'm going to shoot energy from Sunny's feet up through the top of her head, and it's going to be as if I'm looking at an X-ray or a CT scan or an MRI. And Sunny, then I'll be able to see what's going on. So here we go. Laser beam's heading out to you. By raising my vibrational level, I can communicate with spirit. So my spirit's going to be communicating with Sunny's spirit. I'm plugging into her spirit. And her spirit looks like a hologram of her. So if any of you have seen Star Trek or the movie or the TV show where they're beaming people up to different planets, they'll say, "Beam me up, Scotty." That's what Sunny's going to look like. And then when I get her on my radar, which she is, I'm going to shoot energy through her, and it's almost looking like I'm looking at an X-ray or a CT scan or an MRI. Okay, you're still full of it, Sunny. You are so full of it. So it's just going to take some time, but keep at it, and just pay attention to if your symptoms are getting less. It's really important what you eat. We talked about that on our private session, but for everybody else's benefit, you want to eat stuff that God made. I tell people, eat stuff that God made, and if man made it, stay away from it, basically. If you're going to eat fruit, peel it, because there's lots of yeast on the peel. Don't ever, ever, ever put lemon in your water, a slice of lemon in your water, because it's full of yeast. You're just drinking a yeast cocktail. If you need lemon in your water, slice a lemon and squeeze it immediately, but never put a peel in your water. And do your best to stay away from alcohol, beer, and wine. That's how they're fermented, is with yeast. Stay away from processed foods. Sugar, yeast loves sugar. It has a party when you eat sugar. So sugar and anything refined just has a party. So if you're really diligent in what you eat and in taking the nystatin, my guess is it's going to take longer than 2 weeks for the nystatin, maybe 2 months. Mm-hmm. But I think you should be able to get your prescription refilled fairly easily, I would think. So how are you feeling?
Well, I'm tired and weak. I'm on a pretty restricted diet. I went online and researched a lot about Candida, and I ordered the Candida diet book, but oh my goodness, it's so restrictive. I just don't know that I can do it, and but I'm doing the best I can. I'm not eating anything processed, no alcohol, no sugar, no wheat, no dairy. The biggest issue for me is that I love fruit, and they tell you not to eat any fruit, and so I haven't been, but I'm so bored with my diet.
No, you can eat fruit, Sonny. Just peel it. Like if you're going to eat an apple, peel it and then eat it right away. If you're going to, of course, if you're going to peel an orange, but if you're going to eat any kind of fruit, just peel it. So stay away until you're trying to close up from strawberries and stuff like that you don't really peel. And the yeast is all on the peel because it's what helps our food decompose. It's what rots it. And
what about blueberries?
Yeah. Blueberries are tough because they have yeast on them. I prefer the frozen ones, to get the frozen organic ones, and you can eat those, but they're not going to be as good as something else that you're going to peel.
Okay, yeah.
So the blueberry. Go ahead.
My land, I have a lot of blackberries, and I have frozen them last year, fresh frozen.
Perfect. They'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll be fine. The reason why blueberries are tough, the ones you buy in the store that are fresh, is because, and I know most of us that are listening, and you and I, we've all tasted fresh blueberries that taste kind of moldy, even though you can't see the mold on them, and they just start going bad pretty quickly. So, if you've got them in your yard, perfect.
Well, the blueberries I buy from a local blueberry farmer and bring them home and freeze them immediately. Mm-hmm. But I can forego those if that's the best.
Those will be okay. Just find out what kind of pesticides he's using, if any. Hopefully none. If he's
using
they're
organic.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I would do the same thing. Bring them home, freeze them, take them out, and eat them.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now, the nystatin that you said you take it once a day.
Mm-hmm. But I've been taking it for probably 16 years, 17 years.
Okay. So I should probably be on the 3 times a day for a month or 2?
Easy. When I was clearing up my yeast back in 2000, I was on this powder, and it tasted awful, but it worked great, and I was doing it 4 times a day.
Oh, okay.
So I would mix it with water and then drink it like a shot of tequila, and it tasted awful, but it was nectar of the gods because it worked.
Wow.
So the good thing about nystatin is it doesn't go systemic. It just stays in the GI tract.
Oh, okay, great. Well, my insurance apparently doesn't cover it well, and so my 2-week supply was like $20-some. But
Okay.
you mentioned that you get 100 for like $10 or something. Is that with insurance?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to need to run and get to some of these other callers that are on hold. But thanks so much for joining us this evening, and I hope it works for you. I'll be eager to hear how well you're feeling.
Thank you so much for your
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. Our next caller is Beatrice. Hi, Beatrice.
Hi. How are you?
How are you? Good. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Los Angeles, California.
I figured I saw the 310 area code. What part of Los Angeles are you in?
The west side.
LA? West side, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know it well. Okay, well, terrific. Well, you got a question for us?
Yeah, I was wondering if I could get a body scan. My grandmother was just recently diagnosed with cancer, so I just want to know if I'm okay or...
Yeah. What kind of cancer?
Ovarian.
Oh.
Yeah.
So did she have surgery? What are they doing?
It's too late. They found out a little bit too late, so she made the decision not to go with any treatment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that must be so scary for all of you and for her.
Yeah,
okay,
definitely.
So here we go. Laser beam heading out to the West Coast. All right, got you. Shooting energy through you. Your ovaries look just fine, honey. You are just fine. Yeah.
Okay.
You're getting ready to ovulate. I can see that on your left side. And I've been in surgery where I've actually seen ovaries through a scope, and it looks like when an ovary's getting ready to ovulate, you know those red zits that you get on your face before they get a head on them, but they're just red and they hurt like crazy when you're a kid? That's what it looks like when you're getting ready to ovulate. So, no, you're fine. You're fine.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. How old's your grandmother?
She's in her 70s, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you had a follow-up question to that?
I was wondering if you could scan my head. I have had a pituitary tumor removed before in the past, and I was just wondering if everything's good with that too.
Was it benign?
It was, yeah.
Okay. All right. I can see where it was removed. I can see the scar tissue on the side. I think you look good.
Yeah? Okay.
I mean, I'm not seeing anything that's giving me any cause for pause or throwing up any red flags. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay. Yeah, you sound young. No, I think you look good. You just go have fun and go live your life and be well. You're good.
Okay.
Okay. Good luck with your grandmother. Spend as much
you.
time with her as you can, and if you want me to scan her, call back in sometime or schedule a private session. Okay. All righty. And if she gets really sick, Beatrice, consider getting my book, Angelic Attendance, and reading it. It's a really fast read, but it's really heartwarming, and I think it will really help you guys prepare for when she passes. And I don't know how sick she is because I haven't scanned her, but I'll be delighted to do that if you want me to. And if her spirit's out of her body and she's dying, I can let you know. But if her spirit's in her body, I'll ask her permission. And if I get her permission telepathically, then I'll do it. But you may want to get a copy of my book and read it. Also, you guys, I forgot to mention this, it's now available, my audiobook is available. It's on Audible and iTunes and all the outlets, Barnes & Noble, all of them. So angelic attendance, and you, especially Beatrice, living in LA, you're probably in your car all the time. That may be easier for you to listen to it. Yeah. It's I think it's about 4 hours, so it's pretty fast. Mm-hmm. So anyways, okay. And the diagrams that are in the book you can see on my website, AskJulieRyan.com. So go to Audible or iTunes or Amazon, all those, Barnes & Noble, and you can find it there. All righty?
All righty.
But you look good. You look good. Go get them. Enjoy your evening.
You.
Okay. Bye-bye. Okay, let's see who's next. I believe it's Miss Susie. Hi, Suze.
Oh, hi. Thanks so much, Julie, for taking my call. I was going to ask you, it seems like, gosh, there's already so many questions to ask, but I thought I'd ask about my son and see if he'd be willing to let you scan him, because he got hit by a pitch on Friday, and his baby toes really hurting. It's like black and blue. All the toes were black and blue, and yesterday he had to take a day off from baseball because it was hurting so much. So he has a big weekend. I just want to see if there's a way that, I know you've been able to decrease inflammation for people, and I thought I'd check and see if you're able to do that for him.
Susie, please tell everybody where you're calling from.
From the San Francisco Bay Area.
Tell me your son's name.
Jamie.
Jamie. Okay. Let me ask him. Jamie, so I'm connected to you, Suze. So my laser beam's heading from Sweet Home, Alabama, out to San Francisco, and he's probably in Southern California, right? You've mentioned that.
Well, he came up to play in Northern California today, so.
Okay, well, that's
so he
fun.
should be near me.
Okay, perfect. Is he going to get to stay at home, or?
Yeah, I get to stay at home. Well, no, he doesn't, but I will. So.
Good.
We'll go
and last week you were heading to his graduation. Did he make it?
Yeah, he graduated, so
yay,
it went
congratulations.
Great.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Feels so good.
All right. His right foot looks really bruised to me, Suze. Is it his right foot?
I think so. I think so. Yeah, it's the baby toe, but it kind of
that baby toe is just like almost black. It's so purple.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let me get that. I think it's broken. He needs to tape it. But I'm sure that the trainers will do that. Padding. Put padding in his shoe.
Okay.
And he'll be able to walk. He's going to have somebody run for him when he baths, which hopefully they'll be able to do for him. But he's a pitcher, is that what you said?
No, he's a batter.
He's a batter. Okay, what's he play? Does he play
first base?
Does he play first base? Okay. Oh, well, will Jamie be able to play, when's his game, this weekend?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, yeah.
It's a tournament, it sounds like. Play in the tournament this weekend with his team, I get a yes. So those trainers they're magicians, Suze. They will tape him up, and they'll probably shoot some steroids or something in there so that it doesn't hurt as badly, and he'll be better. But I guess
is it good to use like arnica? I have arnica and I have frankincense. Is one of those better than the other to give him?
I don't get it's in his best interest to take either one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think let the trainers deal with him. They know what they're doing, and they'll take care of him, and they'll get him in good shape. So I hope you enjoy getting to watch him.
Thanks, we will. And were you able to put any kind of, I know you said that you've been able to decrease inflammation and put healing energy in there. Were you able to do that at all?
I did, and I watched it get energetically taped, which tells me the trainers are going to tape it up really good.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
You bet. Thanks for calling. Congratulations.
Thank you. Have a great show. I love your show. Take care. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Suze.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All righty. Let's see who's next. I think it's Jen. Hi, Jen.
Hi, Julie. How are you?
I'm well. How are you, girl?
I'm good.
Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
I'm from the Youngstown, Ohio area.
All righty. What's happening up there?
happening up there is I am struggling with a little life decision I need to make, or I want to make, /need.
Yeah.
Thinking about moving closer to work, which is in Cleveland. Right now I'm driving an hour.
Okay.
I found an apartment that I like. Costs more than I have been spending. I have a little debt to clean up, but I feel like I just feel like this urge to move, but in the same sense, I have this fear, so I'm like struggling. So I don't know what they say, what somebody's thinking out there. I need some help.
Okay. So the best way to do this, Jen, is if we ask the question, is it in Jen's best interest to, and then we get whatever the answer is that's immediate. All right? So let's do this together. Is it in Jen's best interest to move to Cleveland so she can be closer to her work? What's the first thing that pops in your head?
Yes.
I got a yes as well.
Okay.
So what's your other question? That's divine guidance. That comes from God, the universe, your spirit guides, your deceased loved ones, the whole group.
The whole group, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to get specific about specific apartments?
It's really about money and, just changing, like it's a different, it costs more money to live up there. And, I still have some student loans and stuff, and I feel like I can budget, but there's just this fear, like you can't do it or won't be enough. But like, I feel like it's okay, but like I said, it's like a 50-50 split. It's like, I struggle with my own saying yes with, I don't know, it's just a struggle. So I feel in my heart it's okay, but still like general, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Common sense or like logistics or black and whiteness is getting in my way. Like, I don't know. I feel like I need to take a leap.
Have you crunched the numbers of what you're spending in gas and how much you'll save in gas?
Yes, I've done all that. I've actually, eliminated cell phone bill because I get, I have a cell phone through work, and I've definitely, there's a couple, there's hundreds of dollars that are being saved. But I'm looking at like a $600 rent jump, and it makes me nervous.
Even with those savings?
No, I mean with those savings, it's maybe $400 if you think. Yeah, I guess it'd be like $400. Right. Yeah.
And is there a way that you can make that extra $400 doing something else in addition to your regular job? Do you have time to do something else, or do you have time that you could perhaps do something online, or are you in a salary job or a commission job or a combo job? Pardon me? Commission.
Yeah.
Well, so it's possible then for you to make that extra $400 off, plus more.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And I guess it's like almost a self-doubt thing more than a like I know what to do thing. So that's what but I needed like reassurance from either like a spirit guide or like you said like a past, just something like just to like help me in the right direction, though I think I'm going in the right direction, if that makes any sense at all.
Well, it's been my experience personally, Jen, and then also with working with thousands of people over the past 25 years, that when you stay focused on what it is you want, which is you want to live in Cleveland, you want to be close to work, you want to have friends, and I know Cleveland's a vibrant city and there's all kinds of fun things to do there. And if you stay focused on those things instead of money, the money's going to take care of itself, and you're going to have plenty of money. So I think for those of us that, and we've all been in situations where we've wondered where our next $100 was coming from. Yeah. And if we can stay focused, I think we get into this trap of I need more money. Well, why do you need more money? It's not about the money. It's about what's the money going to buy for you. So picture yourself in your new apartment. Picture yourself going out with friends to sports events and restaurants and concerts and whatever. And you're going to be surprised how it's all going to materialize. And you're going to go, where the heck did this come from? And you're going to be amazed. So I get no red flags about you doing that. None.
No, that's good to hear.
Yeah. So you go have fun up in Cleveburg. That's what we used to call it growing up. and good luck with all of that, and you're going to be amazed how it's all going to work out.
All right. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Thanks for calling. Bye-bye. Okay, I believe our next caller is Andrew. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, how are you, Julie?
I'm well. How are you, sir?
I'm pretty good. Thanks for taking my call.
You bet. Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
I'm actually calling from New Hampshire, National New Hampshire. So the accent doesn't match, I know, but that's where I'm calling.
So tell everybody where you were born, if they can't guess.
Yeah, I'm originally from Australia. I came over here in 2000, the year 2000.
Okay. Well, terrific. So you're probably like a celebrity in New Hampshire because there's probably not too many Australian people up there, huh?
Yeah, the kids have to translate for me.
I love it. Well, you got a question for me?
Yeah, I mean, the last time we spoke, we had a private session, and I appreciated that. You know, I asked you to scan my middle son, Dustin, because he was, you know, all depressed, and you know, and I didn't know how to help him get out of it. You know, so far he seems like he's getting better. And you took care of a couple of concussions with him, so I don't know. I'd just like to see if he's still doing okay, and maybe look to see how he's doing, and maybe even my other son, Trevor, that you tried to look at late afterwards, and it didn't work because he wouldn't let you.
Yeah. Well, it's not that he wouldn't let me; it's that he didn't give me his permission, and I don't cross that line, Andrew, because I just think it's unethical. It's unethical to do that. It's my own personal ethics. I'm not going to scan somebody that doesn't give me permission to scan them because I just think that's a violation of their privacy.
Absolutely.
So yeah, Dustin, if I remember correctly, had several concussions through sports, right? He plays sports.
Yeah, he had him through sports, and also, you know, he as a child. He had, and I remember this after we spoke, he had knocked his head on very hard as a baby, running straight into something, crawling straight into something, had stitches. And then he got in the way of me doing yard work, and a pipe fell down and knocked him in the head, and he had stitches there. So he's had hard knocks.
Literally. Oh, my gosh. Okay. So what I did, everybody, was I could see scar tissue where these concussions were, these old concussions, and help me, Andrew, were a couple of them still fairly fresh? Wow,
yeah, you said that they were definitely prominent, and they were affecting his mood and making his depression even worse.
Right. So what I did was I went in and I watched a healing occur in Dustin's head, and where the scar tissue was, I watched that get scooped out, and where the fresh concussions are, I watched those get scooped out too. And brain matter looks to me, Andrew, like really thick cooked oatmeal, like that Irish oatmeal that's really thick. And then I watch stem cell energy, which is just clear fog, but it's got sparkles in it, and it comes in and it fills in those divots. And once they're filled in, then I watch these neural pathways light up that are occluded when we have concussions. And there's a scan called a SPECT scan, SPECT scan, that will show this. Whenever you or anybody has a head injury, you want to ask for a SPECT scan. So, Andrew, let me get Dustin on my radar, and let me take a look at him and see how he's doing. So he's acting less depressed, is what you're saying, after we watch that healing happen?
Yes.
Terrific. All right, so here we go. Laser beam heading to you in New Hampshire from you to Dustin. And he's giving me permission to look at him again. Okay, here we go. Yeah, his head looks good. He's got one little one in the back of his head. Did he get injured again?
This is from just 2 weeks ago, and he's been off. He actually knocked his oldest brother's head in a tackle playing rugby, and his first game back.
So. All right. Let me scoop that out. and then I'm watching the stem cell energy come in. Okay, those pathways lit up. So if you can imagine looking at his head, and there are all these like roots that go all over his head, and if they're lit up as I see them, which means they're working. The neural pathways are working. So imagine, those fluorescent tubes that the kids wear as bracelets and necklaces and stuff.
Yeah.
They come in different colors. A lot of times you'll see them on the 4th of July or whatever. That's kind of what it looks like. It's almost this lit pathway that I see in the brain, and when I watch a concussion get healed or scar tissue get removed, I watch these neural pathways light up. He's got bunches of them, and they're all lit. He's doing good. All right, let me look at Trevor real quickly. So be sure to keep him eating as healthy as you can. Keep him away from Doritos. I remember talking to you about Doritos.
We've changed that with him straight away, and he agreed with me to not eat those, yes.
Good. They're awful, you guys. Don't ever let Doritos in your house. Don't ever eat them. Don't ever let your kids or anybody in your family eat them because they rupture brain cells. They've got so many toxins in them from the chemicals in them. They taste good, but go to Trader Joe's or Whole Foods or someplace, and they have nacho cheese, tortilla chips, but they just don't have all the junk in them like Doritos do. So, okay, here we go. So, Trevor... He's still not letting me scan him.
It's funny because I even asked him tonight, but
what did he say? He probably looked at you like you were nuts, right?
Yeah, probably, but okay.
Okay, so we'll keep working on him, and then call back in. And
I got to tell you, from last time when you spoke to me about his hip, because he had the hip injury since December, and that he was going to get an MRI, and none of the rehab was working, none of the PT was working. When you mentioned he probably just needs an adjustment because you asked the questions. Does you had to work around him not allowing you to scan him. That rang a bell with me, and that's what we did. And he's had one adjustment, and he went and played a game on the weekend, and he starred in it. And now he's going really well.
Perfect. Well, so what Andrew's talking about, everybody, is although I didn't scan his son Trevor because he didn't give me permission to, we asked a couple of questions because he was having hip pain, and I was getting information that he just needed to have some adjustments, chiropractic adjustments. So terrific. That's great news. Thanks so much for letting us know about that.
No, and the other thing you picked up on, and I'm going back to Dustin now, was with his eye that we didn't even talk about because I was more concerned about his depression at that point. I still haven't checked with him. He's not going to let me check his eyes to prove this, but he, it was just amazing that you picked up on that because I wasn't even thinking about it. So I want to give you an update when I finally get his eyes tested again and see how he's doing.
Okay. And what happened was when I was scanning him, the energy went to his eye, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I watched the healing.
Have a bad eye, well, yes, he does. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So, well, terrific. Well, it'll be interesting. He doesn't seem to be bothered by it?
No, he just does what he does.
Perfect.
Yeah, it seems to be going okay. So I'll have to ask him again. But he goes, what are you talking about, Dad? I said, it's okay. I'll talk to you later.
Send him to my website and have him read some of my blogs if you can.
Yeah, I will. I will.
Or
they need to be a little bit more open-minded to things, I think.
If you heard, I was talking earlier with Beatrice, and I said my book is now available in, my audiobook is now available through, Amazon or Audible or all those different outlets. And you may want to play that in the car, just the parts that talk about how I trained how to do this and what I do. And you don't even have to say anything to it. Just play it and see if they listen to it. See if they can keep their earbuds out long enough to listen to it. Because they're not going to read it. But that may be perfect. A way to get it to them. Yeah. Okay.
That's perfect. So I appreciate the session we had, it really helped the boys a lot. So I just want to let you know that.
Oh, thanks, Andrew. Thanks so much for calling.
Oh, no, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You bet. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, we do this show every Thursday night. We record it, and the call-in number is 712-770-4160. The access code is 533677# or hashtag, and it's recorded on Thursday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and 5 Pacific. You can find this information a bunch of different places. You can go to my website, AskJulieRyan.com, look on the home page, scroll down to the bottom. You'll see all this information there. Also, anywhere that you download podcasts, it's in the show notes. I post something on all the socials, Instagram, Facebook. They're all at Ask Julie Ryan. With this call-in information, just as a reminder, I'll post it on Thursday. And then I have a blog that comes out on Thursday mornings, and it's a question that somebody has submitted online, and it has all this call-in information on that blog as well in the body of the email. I'm also on YouTube, and you can find it there. When you're on my website, sign up for my blog. That's one of the things you need to do to register for a free consult anyways, and schedule a private session because it's so much fun and so interesting and informative. And Andrew, thanks so much for calling in and letting me and everybody else know that your boys are doing better, because that was an interesting hour that we spent, and it always is, and it's always fascinating what comes up and the healings that happen. So speaking of questions submitted online, Jessica from Eunice, Louisiana asked, "Hi, Julie. Can you tell me how a pink dove appeared out of nowhere in my photo? I didn't see it while I was taking the picture, just afterwards. In addition, there are always a lot of pictures I take with spirits in them. Is something hanging on to me? I can feel spirits and give messages from people who have passed, and I'm always 95 to 100% accurate with my messages. Should I pursue this line of work? Thank you, Jessica." And here's my response. Hi, Jessica. Thanks for your question. It's the second one in less than a year involving a phantom pink dove appearing in a photograph. In both cases, no one saw the bird when the picture was being taken, only afterwards. And if you go on my site, this phantom pink dove is in my blog, and there's a link to the first pink dove blog that I wrote. It was questions submitted, I believe it was last summer. So it's been in less than a year, and you can read that one too. I went on to say, please know pink doves actually do exist. They're extremely rare and are mostly found in the Republic of Mauritius, an island nation in the Indian Ocean off the southeast coast of the African continent. I believe the pink dove in your picture was chosen to get your attention and to let you know it wasn't a chance encounter with a regular dove. Next, in Christian religions, the dove is the symbol for the Holy Spirit, and most of us know the dove is also the symbol for peace. This leads me to believe, since there aren't any coincidences in life, there is indeed a spiritual message connected to this occurrence. In order to get some information for you, I energetically connected to you and from you to the pink dove. The message I heard was for you to follow your passion, communicating with the deceased. I also heard how in doing this, you provide much-needed comfort to those grieving the loss of a loved one. As for lots of spirits in your pictures and whether or not someone's spirit is hanging on to you, we're all surrounded by our deceased family and friends, as well as spirit guides, angels, etc. Even though most people at some point in their lives see or feel a non-physical presence, they usually dismiss it and never talk about the experience with anyone. Those of us who do acknowledge the spirit beings around us learn to trust, validate, and continually enhance our skills. It's important to remember everyone has intuitive capabilities, and it's our prerogative to either utilize or ignore them. Hope this clarifies things for you. Couple of points. We're all born with intuitive skills, intuition, psychic skills. You think you feel somebody, you think you're seeing somebody, you are. 99.9% chance you are, number one. And number two, when she's talking about she has spirits around her all the time, and especially in her pictures, they look like orbs in pictures, and our digital cameras are so fast that when they snap a picture, it picks up that orb. So I look at pictures all the time for people, and I can tell them who the spirits are that are in their pictures. So that's just an interesting phenomenon that happens, especially with our new types of cameras that we have. Okay, let's go to the next. Our next caller is Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Julie. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great.
Terrific. Where are you calling from?
I am calling from Kansas City.
Oh, terrific. My son is there. He just landed a little bit ago. I just talked to him before I started the show.
Oh, so, fantastic.
Great place. Got a quick question for me?
Yes. I was wondering if you could look at me and maybe see about my past life that may be interfering with my current life. I feel like something's really holding me back, and so I don't know. I'm just looking for all options. So I just wondered if there's anything you can see if you look at.
Sure. What in particular?
Well, okay, so I am willing to help everyone in the world. I love volunteering, but yet when it comes to actually helping myself, there's a total block. So okay. I'm just kind of trying to figure out what's going on, and, I'm at a loss.
So help yourself in what way?
Well, I'm getting better on self-care, but I would say, financially, like I'm more than willing to help the kids, do volunteer positions, things like that, but then taking care of matters that actually concern myself, I kind of let those fall to the wayside.
Okay. Well, that's a species thing, girl. We moms and wives, we're brought up as little girls to take care of everybody else, and we come last. So my guess is it's not just a past life thing, it's a current life thing, because we're all like that. And then we think, oh, my gosh, how am I going to get this stuff all done? And you get pulled in 15 different ways. I'm happy to look to see if there's a past life that really correlates with this, however, for you. And so what I'm going to do, Stephanie, is how I do past life stuff is I envision myself walking down this endless hallway, and it's about 30 feet tall. It's really narrow, and there are 12 by 12 square mirrors that line the walls, floor to ceiling. And I'm going to go down, and I'm going to say, show me which lifetimes correlate with what Stephanie is experiencing in this lifetime, that she takes care of everybody else instead of herself. Okay, there's a bunch of them that have come out from the walls on both sides. It's like they're on hydraulic arms. And so show me the one that correlates the most. Okay, it's down on the left. I'm going to go down. I'm going to walk into it and be shown. Okay. I hear birds chirping. Are you outside?
The windows are open.
Oh, my gosh. Those birds are just singing to you, girl.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like I'm talking to Snow White or Cinderella or something. Okay. All right. So I'm walking into this. It's very tropical. The year 1713. It's Bali, the island of Bali. Oh, my God. You have 17 children. Holy moly. Good heavens. Wow. The only person I've ever heard of with more kids than that is when I was in Ireland, and Mrs. Guinness of Guinness Beer, she had 21 kids, and she had no twins. They were all individual births. I thought, oh, my God, how does that woman walk?
Oh, my gosh.
17 children. Holy moly. All right. You didn't have time to take care of yourself. 17 children. Wow. How many do you have now?
2.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Okay. You had 17 children in 22 years.
Oh, my.
Okay. So that's what's going on. Is we carry cellular memory in our DNA, Stephanie, and it comes with us in lots of lifetimes. So if you want, I can clear it out of your system. And I'm just going to clear the part that has to do with you not taking care of yourself and you taking care of everybody else, okay? You game with that?
Absolutely. Yeah,
all right,
thank you.
What I'm doing is I'm pushing it out from your feet up through the top of your head, comes out all your pores, looks like royal blue vapor. Okay, and now I'm watching an energetic coil wrap you and an energetic bubble go around you. So you're cooked. You're good. Schedule a private session. You got lots of them. Let's go through some other ones, get some other stuff cleared out of you. I think it'll help. All right. Go on AskJulieRyan.com and click on the button and you'll see it.
Okay,
all
definitely. Right. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks for calling. Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
All righty. I believe our next caller is Christy. Hi, Christy.
Hi, Julie. Can you hear me well?
I can. How are you?
Okay, great. I'm great. I'm so happy I'm on this podcast.
Oh, great. Well, I'm delighted you're on it, too. Tell us where you're calling us from.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, California, and I'm a friend of Betty, so I'm really happy that you took her call as well, and then we are both on this podcast today.
Oh, terrific. Well, I've only got a few minutes left, so do you have a quick question?
Yes. My grandma passed away in March, and she lives in Czech Republic, or she lived, and I live here in California, so I wasn't able to say goodbye. Can you connect with my grandma, please, and see what she has to say, or just thank you.
Sure. Tell me her name, Christy.
Yana.
Yanna?
Jana.
Jana. Okay. Mm-hmm. So what did you call her?
Yanichka.
Okay. Yanichka. I love that.
Yes.
Yanichka. All right, Yanichka. I'm going to hook into you, Christy, and from you I'm going to hook into your Yanichka. I love that. All right, here we go. Laser beam heading to the left coast. Got you. She's standing to your right. And she's so cute. She's like grabbing your head and kissing you on the cheek.
Aww.
Just like lots of kisses on the cheek. Question for her.
I just want to say that I'm sorry I couldn't be there when she paused, and if she has any messages for me.
Okay. First of all, she didn't expect you to be there. Secondly, we all decide when we go, how we go, with whom we go, who's with us when we go, and it's all the person who's dying decides that. All right? Mm-hmm. So she chose all of that. She's telling me that it's wonderful that she can be with you all the time now. She wants you to calm down. She says you're just too stressed. You're too wound up all the time. You need to calm down. Excuse me. She wants you to go to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
I saw 310 area code, so you're on the west side, I know. Go to the beach.
Yes.
All right. Put your feet in the sand. Go to that Santa Monica beach. Or any place over there. Put your feet in the sand. She wants you to get one of those lawn chairs that sit kind of low and sit in the sand with your feet in the sand and let the waves come on your feet.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay. She wants you to do that.
She
says you are just way, 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 way too stressed out. Are you stressed out?
I don't think so. I just no. I feel pretty fine. Okay. And does she have any messages from my dad? If I can ask her, or if you have a minute.
Does he smoke?
No, he doesn't. Or maybe occasionally.
Okay, she's saying tell him to stop smoking.
Okay.
Stop smoking. The other thing she's telling me is for me to teach you how to talk to her. So here's how we do this, Christy. Okay. You ask her a question in your head or say something in your head. Her response is going to be, it's going to come in a second. All right? You're going to hear it in your mind. You're not going to hear it with your ears. It's telepathic communication. Spirits communicate telepathically. So you're just you're gonna have this answer in your head, and if you think about it for more than a couple of seconds, that's going to be your brain answering you. All right. The other thing is spirits are really literal, crazy literal. So be as specific in what if you're asking her a question, be as specific as you can with your question. Or if you just make a comment, that's fine. It doesn't have to be a question, but just make a comment, and then you'll get a thought. And if it comes in as fast as you can snap your fingers, I mean, like within a second, that's going to be her answering you.
And is she the butterflies that I see everywhere lately?
She's butterflies, and she's also telling me that gardenias. When you smell gardenias, and I know gardenias are very plentiful out there, especially in the springtime, when you smell gardenias, to think of her.
Okay. Thank you so much, Julie.
You are most welcome. Also, Christy, get my book, Angelica.
I already have it. I got the audio one, and I listened to it, and it was amazing. I wish it would be longer.
Oh, perfect. Well, I'm working on my second book right now, actually. But please leave a review for me.
Sure, I will.
I would appreciate that. And hopefully it gave you some comfort and helped explain things and all of that. So you can talk to her anytime. And if you need my help, just call back or schedule a private session. We can have a long chat with her if you want.
Okay, amazing.
All right. Thanks, Christy.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, everybody. We are out of time. And to the callers that I didn't get to, please call in next week, and I will take you first. To all of you who called in, thanks so much for taking the time to join us. For those of you that are listening, thanks so much for joining us on the podcast by listening. And please go to iTunes and leave a review on the podcast, because it helps other people find this information and hopefully will help them. And then also, remember, go on my site, AskJulieRyan.com, schedule your private session, order my book, Angelic Attendance, and go on the events page, and you'll see the things that we need to do to register for a free session. So follow me on Instagram at AskJulieRyan, write a review about why you like the podcast on iTunes at AskJulieRyan, and subscribe to my blog at AskJulieRyan.com. And then the first week of June, I'll be announcing who our next winner is. With that, everybody, have a terrific weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. And I hope you have a good first of next week, and call me next week. Submit your questions online. Until then, take care, everybody. Bye now.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to follow Julie on Twitter at AskJulieRyan and like her on Facebook at AskJulieRyan. For information on how you can ask Julie your question, please visit AskJulieRyan.com.